Hello, I just woke up. Education is the power to think clearly, the power to act well in the world's work, and the power to appreciate life. Brigham Young. Now, what happened was when I was in the Baker Act place, they gave me some pills the first time I was there, right? Well, it took them the second time also, but the first time I was there, these things, they felt like, Frankenstein had screws on his neck, right? Sticking out. And I felt these screws right here on my brain. And they actually knocked me out because I had been doing Tai Chi exercises for 5 days. From the moment I woke up all the way to, from the moment I woke up, maybe from 9 a.m. to probably after breakfast and after hygiene, probably 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night, all I did was exercise. I came out flexible because I had read about people that are in prisons and they start exercising, and that is very true. But if you start taking the pills like I did the following day, I was not able to get off the bed. I don't remember eating, but I did get up to eat and then went back. And then the pills are at 9 a.m., 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. And then the nurse, a beautiful girl with a serious face, right? She came at 5 o'clock and said, "It's time for your medicine." And I told her, I couldn't even talk because the pills, they put your tongue to sleep. And I wanted to tell her that it's too strong. I'm not able to get up. And then she said, "Oh, that's just the first couple of days. You'll be fine tomorrow." The first couple of days, right? Or the first day. And I explained to her that Kool-Aid, ice cream. I didn't explain. I wanted to, but she had already taken it. So I took it and went back to bed. But Kool-Aid, ice cream, those things, they make me dizzy. It could be psychosomatic, but I don't think so. I mean, Coca-Cola, all right, I could handle one just like everybody else, but I don't like it. But two Coca-Colas, like I've seen some people do, I get sick from too much sugar like that. When I was 23 years old, I worked at a gas station about 2 blocks from the house in Miami. And my mother called me. So I ran home because she said, but what happened is she had a flood, the neighbor, and then the maintenance guy that worked in the building had gone to clean her apartment, but he told her he didn't move furniture. But the way my mom told it to me, or the way I reacted, I ran home and I thought Frank had done something to my mom. And I was calling for him, rah, rah, rah. And the 300-pound manager walked up the stairs, the 3rd floor. And he said, "What's wrong?" And of course, the maintenance guy was hiding. All the neighbors were watching. The elevators were about 3-person elevator, and it was not working again. And then I couldn't breathe by the time I got there. I was slim, but I had not been running, and in the hot weather. Whew. And then he explained that, no, they don't move furniture. So then I moved the furniture, and then the maintenance guy did get to the wall. Wow. You see, my mom had grown up with servants, and if they don't obey, it was completely unacceptable. But I thought it was something, wow, something more. At 16, my mom's friend didn't pay her the $300, or maybe it was $400. So my mom told my stepdad, and then he said, you know where we're going, right? So we went to her house. The husband yelled out, let it stay between the women, in Spanish. So then my stepdad turned around, walked away, and I turned around, walked away, but it was snowing, so I grabbed a snowball. And I threw it, and the window went, woo, but it didn't break. But then she came out and hit me with a broom. I didn't know any martial arts back then. And then we left. The broom in the face. She went bam. That's when I learned that I'm not a good mafia enforcer. I'm a dove. And yet, when I was 19, we moved to Florida, and my mom was screaming and yelling and bothering, and she was in pain. And Dr. Kevorkian, the death doctor, was famous or infamous. So I spoke to my brother, and in my thinking, I said, do I put her out of her misery? And meaning that I would do something to help her die. Now, I was in the what stage of my life? Concrete, operational. I was trying to be helpful. And this brother said, if you do, I will beat you with my fists until I don't have any more skin anymore on my knuckles. So then I made sure I understood. I said, you mean don't do it, right? And he says, don't do it. Don't hurt her. I said, all right, I'm glad I spoke to you. This is one of the few times that we had spoken by phone. Again, and nowadays all we do is talk on each other's birthdays. Maybe a little bit more. Well, we don't really say much more, and we really don't get along because he likes to work and I don't. I like doing things, but I don't like to work. And again, I don't like to see people suffer. But one nurse, she said to me, and she liked me. I walked her in the rain with an umbrella. And she said to me, your mom is strange, and I wouldn't live with her if I were you. And that's what happened. I had a crush on that nurse. But she had a daughter, and she was, of course, divorced, and she was only 5 years older or so. And I only saw her for what? Maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. She was home visiting nurse. Beautiful lady. All right, so don't hurt people. And then the only thing that was holding me back was, I think it's illegal. Now, even back then, I didn't want to do anything illegal about extinguishing my mom out of mercy. Even back then, because it is illegal to take a life. Now, if you ever seen the English Patient, he's a guy that had an airplane accident, and the nurse, and he got burned or something. But the nurse, at the end, there was a war, and the nurse just gave him all the medicine. And did he inject himself? Or she allowed him, and then she just took off. I mean, there was a war and so on, so she just took off with her boyfriend on a motorcycle, trying to escape the war, I think. But yeah, don't assist anybody with their suicide or their death. It's illegal. All right, so let me read you another quote. You might be a teacher if you expect to sit on the floor at sessions of your professional convention, or your personal life comes to a screeching halt at report card time, or you never mention the conjugations of lie and lay to 8th graders. I need to learn those. I never learned them. My educational goal is the empowerment of my students. Barbara Wagner. All right, be better than I am. Take care of yourself. Good morning to you. It is afternoon. 12 o'clock, it is after that. Got my dog over there. Woo! All right. I'll make another video later. That's what I do. Take care of yourself. Bye. Peace and love to everybody. I'm a happy person. All right. If I didn't have direction, it's because I never spoke to people when I was a kid. I was always far away from people. Yes, I went to a school. There were other people there. But I had my own chaos. Being chased on the way to school. Not on the way to school because everybody's busy then. But on the way home from school. And then when you get to school in the morning, train, bus, all you're thinking about is, how do I get home without someone chasing me? Take care of yourself. Bye.